So what we're going to do is talk about section 5.3. We're going to talk about first common factors. So in order to be able to solve these problems, we have to find the GCF, or the greatest common factor, between the numbers in the problem to try to simplify it and factor it. So let's start with the first one. We have 6y squared minus 18. So we have to find what's common between 6y squared and 18. So first we go by that. We find the GCF, or the factors that go into each number. So for number 6, we have 1 times 6. We also have 2 times 3. And those are the only factors that go into 6. Now 18, we have 2 times 9, 1 times 18, 3 times 6. All right, anything else? No. So now we have to find the biggest number that they have in common. I looked through the list, and the biggest number they have in common is 6. So 6 is our factor. So we pull out a 6. So we know it's 6 times y squared minus, and then 18, so we use 3 times 6 right there to make 18. So then what number do they have in common? 6. So then we pull that out and we leave everything else. So 6 goes in front of the parentheses. What was left on the first one? We have a y squared minus, we already take out that 6, so we have 3 left. So this is what we end up with when we factor 6 times y squared minus 3. And in order to check it, if you were to multiply it, 6 times y squared is 6y squared. And then you bring down your sign, minus. And then 6 times 3, that's 18. That's how you know you're correct. So if you do the check, so I'll do the check over here. So to check it, so you take 6 times y squared minus 3. So do the distributive property, which I know you guys know how to do. So 6 times y squared, that's 6y squared. Bring down the sign, minus. And then 6 times 3, 18. Now this answer looks like the one in the beginning. It took you right back to the start. So you know you chose the right factor. Okay? That's how you do that one. So now for the next one. That was example 1. So example 2, I have 4z minus 10. Okay? Now I have to find what 4 and 10 have in common, because they definitely don't have a z in common. So that's going to be same. So now 4, that's 1 times 4 and 2 times 2. Okay? And then 10, you have 1 times 10, 2 times 5. That's it. So what is the biggest number, or the greatest common factor that they have, or the biggest number they have in common? 2. So we pull out the 2. So for the first part, we have 2 times 2 next to z. And then minus, then we have 2 times 5 for 10. So when we pull out what they have in common, so I pull out a 2 from here, and I pull out a 2 from here. So that means I'm left with, so 2 on the outside, then 2 times, then I have my leftover 2z minus my leftover 5. So now the check. So then when I put that over here, 2 parentheses 2z minus 5, when I use the distributive property again, 2 times 2z, that's 4z. Bring down the sign, minus. Then 2 times 5, that's 10. So I get 4z minus 10. Takes me right back to the beginning, which is awesome because you know you did this part correctly. So this right here is your example factored. That's how you factor these binomials. And you can do that as well with a polynomial. Anything. So you have to first find the greatest common factor, or the biggest number they have in common, the number that goes into them, okay? And then you check it to make sure you chose the correct factor by using the distributive property. So that's how you find a common factor.